Over the last century, mankind has seen huge declines in both plant and wildlife, and evidence is pointing towards humans being the cause. In the last year, the US Trump government have decided to loosen their Endangered Species Act, the same policy that is said to be the saviour of the bald eagle. By loosening the act, it'll be harder to put new species on the list for protection and make it easier to utilise land that has previously been protected threatened species habitats. This development has caused a lot of outcry. However, with more and more people concerned over the state of our economy, the issue regarding threatened species are often put on the back burner. For years, there have been debates between economy and threatened species. Many people want to do something to preserve Earth's plants and wildlife, but sustainable funding is often hard to find, and recovery programs for species are expensive to pull off. This then has people asking questions such as, which species do we save? Should we only focus on saving particular species, and should we bother trying to preserve species at all? Declining species is not just happening in Australia, it's happening everywhere, from the sky to the sea. Habitat loss and fragmentation is a big cause in the decline we see in species, along with invasive species and overhunting. Despite laws being set up to protect threatened species, prime land is still shrinking. This map of Australia shows the native vegetation that has been cleared and the areas that are protected. All of the areas that are light green is native vegetation. That area is unprotected and can be cleared at any time. This would cause a lot more habitat loss and fragmentation amongst our wildlife. When choosing candidates for recovery programs, the places usually go to what's cute and popular, as it's easier to bring in funding. Which doesn't work too well for this guy. The purple pig-nosed frog, found in India. He's high on the endangered list. Recovery programs are often not very long-term, and once a species is listed as endangered, very rarely do they ever recover enough to be taken off the list. Protected species often restrict the use of the land use as well. However, endangered species also have the potential to create jobs and funding through tourism, zoos, and wildlife parks. The fact is, preservation and recovery programs are expensive and restricting. Some species hold very important roles in maintaining life on Earth. Our pollinating insects, for example. If we were to lose them, that's a lot of our crops and plants gone. Not only that, but what about the animals we farm, which rely on pollinated plants for survival? Now, humans are smart. I'm sure we could artificially pollinate plants, but imagine the cost involved in that. Rather than debating on what to save, are we the problem, and what about the collapse in our economy, perhaps we should be focusing on creating more sustainable protected habitats to try to help endangered species thrive. Look for longer-term solutions for a larger number of species, and focus on creating jobs and income for recovery programs to help keep a species recovery program going longer. This map shows data collected from the World Bank. The map is showing the most threatened mammals from around the world. As you can see, based off the data collected in this map, Australia has 41 to 60 different species of mammals that are threatened. So if we're still confused about whether or not we should be protecting endangered species, let's think of it this way. This is Earth, and this is Waithor Wayne. Say hi, Wayne. Wayne likes money. But Wayne, if you don't look after Earth, it'll die. Which means bye-bye money. And maybe bye-bye Wayne. Thank you for watching.